high school, the summertime, to gear up to start playing football again. And I had long hair at that point, and the coach said, "You have to get a haircut." And I said, "Yeah, but Eddie Van Halen's got long hair, and Michael Schenker's got long hair. I want to play football and have long hair. You can't do it." So right then, it was one of those forks in the road that was pretty pivotal in my life.
James Hetfield's guitar playing is, at its very core, a tribute to the monumental impact of Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath. For Hetfield, Iommi is not just a guitarist, he is the foundational figure who codified the heavy riff as the absolute centerpiece of a song. This admiration is not merely a passing nod, but a deeply ingrained philosophy that has shaped Hetfield's entire approach to rhythm guitar and songwriting. As far as being a riff and rhythm guy, my favorite guitarist is Tony Iommi, no doubt about that, Hetfield emphatically stated in an interview with Classic Rock, a declaration he has consistently reiterated over the decades.
Black Sabbath was the band that just totally lit me up. So heavy, so moving. I sunk right into that. I could close my eyes and be in there.
What Iommi means to Hetfield is the definitive understanding that the riff is the engine of heavy music.
All the riffs I'd done, I always tried to make them big and powerful. Because we were only a three-piece, like musically, we had, and then Ozzy never played an instrument, so we had to make it as big as we could.
Hetfield's admiration stems from Iommi's unique ability to create guitar parts that are not simply accompaniment, but are, in fact, the very essence around which all other musical elements coalesce. He's ruling the song with his riff and everything else joins him, Hetfield explained, articulating a concept that became a direct guiding principle for his own compositional style. This fundamental idea, that the strength and identity of a song are inherently tied to the power and memorability of its central guitar riff, directly informed Hetfield's commitment to crafting heavy, often monolithic, guitar figures that stand as the primary hooks and driving forces in Metallica's music. From Iommi, Hetfield learned that true heaviness and impact came from the deliberate weight and unforgettable quality of a rhythm part, rather than from flashy lead work. It solidified his belief that the rhythm guitarist could, and indeed should, be the primary storyteller and driver of the musical narrative. While Tony Iommi laid the conceptual groundwork for the almighty riff, it was Johnny Ramone of the Ramones who provided James Hetfield with the specific, relentless physical technique that would define Metallica's early aggressive sound. This seemingly counterintuitive influence from the raw punk scene proved to be a critical component in shaping Hetfield's unparalleled rhythmic precision and intensity. Johnny Ramone, lots of downpicking. Just fast downpicking that helped develop my style, Hetfield explicitly confirmed in an interview with Ernie Ball in 2022.
Probably the most important thing is the downpicking.
If you're going
like this, and you're doing it like, it doesn't sound as good.
This direct attribution leaves no doubt about the instrumental role Ramone played in forging Hetfield's formidable right-hand technique. What Johnny Ramone meant to Hetfield was the embodiment of unbridled stripped-down energy and an uncompromising direct approach to guitar playing. Ramone's singular focus on continuous rapid downstrokes, executed with astounding consistency and force, served as the ultimate blueprint for the percussive, machine gun-like attack that characterized Metallica's formative work. Hetfield didn't just passively appreciate Ramone's sonic output, he actively adopted and internalized his rigorous technique, transforming it into a hallmark of thrash metal itself. This rigorous, all-downstroke method became Hetfield's signature, providing the foundational tightness and aggressive propulsion that drove Metallica's earliest recordings, such as those found on Kill 'Em All. From Raone, Hetfield learned that sheer velocity, coupled with absolute rhythmic consistency and a percussive attack, could create an overwhelming wall of sound, pushing the music forward with an almost unmatched intensity. Beyond the profound conceptual and technical influences of Iommi and Raone, James Hetfield's understanding of guitar playing and songwriting was also significantly broadened by the dynamic interplay of Joe Perry and Brad Whitford from Aerosmith. While less about specific riff construction or picking technique, their influence on Hetfield was more about the feel, the swagger, and the dynamic subtleties inherent in well-crafted hard rock. I would just like to close my eyes and imagine myself in my room as that teenager listening to Toys in the Attic and Rocks, Hetfield fondly reminisced to Mark Maron in 2017. Playing them till the grooves were worn out, listening to every Brad and Joe lick toward the very end, I could sing every one of those things. This deep personal connection to Aerosmith's music underscores the formative impact these guitarists had on his early musical sensibilities. What Joe Perry and Brad Whitford meant to Hetfield was a masterclass in how two guitarists could weave together to create a rich, grooving, and dynamically engaging sound within a hard rock framework.
I couldn't decide who I wanted to be. I wanted to be a guitar player, I wanted to be a singer. I kind of ended up doing both. Joe Perry and Steve Tyler were huge part of my growing up, and so much that I had my mom paint me on the wall looking like those guys.
Hetfield admired their blues-infused riffs, the call and response patterns between their guitars, and the overall melodic sensibility they brought to Aerosmith's material. This period of absorption taught him about the importance of groove, that elusive quality of rhythmic feel that makes a song move and resonate. It expanded his understanding of what powerful rhythm guitar could achieve, demonstrating how to infuse riffs with swing and subtle variations that extended beyond just sheer aggression. Hetfield learned that a heavy song could still possess a significant element of swagger and a strong sense of internal rhythm. His early attempts to play Perry's solos, while ultimately leading him to his true calling as a rhythm guitarist, further illustrate his early appreciation for their broader guitar talents and compositional contributions. While Tony Iommi defined the riff, Johnny Ramone perfected the attack, and Aerosmith introduced groove, James Hetfield's compositional ambition was profoundly expanded by the new wave of British heavy metal giants, particularly Judas Priest and Iron Maiden.
Always in focus, to get through my steer. The smell of ice cream smoke and horse's breath is a virgin into.
These bands provided him with a crucial understanding of how to construct epic, multi-part heavy metal songs that transcended mere aggression, focusing on structural development and dynamic shifts.
It definitely starts with the riff. For me as a vocalist, I try to insert where the guitar isn't at times. You know, we'll do, like Sandman, for instance. Then the verse is, you simplify the riff so the vocal has its place to jump around.
What Judas Priest meant to Hetfield was the definitive template for a powerful dual guitar heavy metal assault that managed to be both aggressive and melodically refined. The relentless drive of K.K. Downing and Glenn Tipton's twin guitar harmonies, coupled with Rob Halford's commanding vocals, offered Hetfield a masterclass in maintaining intense heaviness while incorporating varying tempos, intricate arrangements, and instantly memorable guitar motifs. From Priest, Hetfield learned the value of sustained power and thematic development within a heavy song. Their disciplined approach to songwriting, where every riff served a clear purpose within a larger cohesive structure, deeply resonated with his own methodical approach to composition. It taught him how to build a song with escalating intensity and distinct sections. Iron Maiden, on the other hand, expanded Hetfield's conceptualization of song structure and narrative scope even further. Their characteristic long, often cinematic compositions, replete with multiple tempo changes, dynamic shifts, and extended instrumental passages, demonstrated how heavy metal could tell a story, evoke diverse moods, and maintain listener engagement over considerable lengths. Hetfield, as Metallica's primary architect of song structures, absorbed Maiden's genius for building tension, releasing it, and developing musical themes throughout a composition, moving from one section to another seamlessly.
So I bought it and I put it on, and I'm glad I did, because big inspiration for me in the early days.
He frequently refers to Iron Maiden as a significant early influence. This profound understanding of larger, more complex compositional structures, absorbed from bands like Judas Priest and Iron Maiden, elevated James Hetfield's songwriting from raw, straightforward aggression to more intricate and dynamic arrangements, thereby setting the stage for Metallica's ambitious, epic compositions found on albums like Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets. Beyond the direct guitar heroes, James Hetfield also drew crucial inspiration from the sheer, unadulterated power and uncompromising attitude of Motorhead, particularly from the iconic Lemmy Kilmister. While Lemmy primarily played bass, his instrumental approach and the band's overall sonic philosophy had a profound and lasting impact on Hetfield's view of rhythm, aggression, and musical integrity. What Motorhead meant to Hetfield was the purest distillation of no-nonsense, high-octane rock and roll delivered with relentless force. Lemmy's unique bass-playing style, often characterized by distorted chordal attacks that blurred the line between bass and rhythm guitar, created a formidable, all-encompassing wall of sound.
Great to see you, brother.
Good to see you too. Bit loud, is it? Turn it down a little bit. What do you want to do? You want to do? I did the first one, you do the second one.
Yeah.
Do the third one together or something?
Sure.
Or a line each or what?
You do the high harmony?
No, not anymore, no.
Hetfield deeply admired this unyielding directness and the raw, uncompromising energy that permeated every Motorhead track. Motorhead were the true originals, Hetfield often remarked, expressing profound respect for their authenticity and unwavering commitment to their unique sound. This influence strongly reinforced Hetfield's belief in the potency of simplicity, sheer speed, and raw, unapologetic aggression as the most vital components of heavy music. It wasn't about convoluted technicality, it was about the collective pulverizing impact of an unstoppable rhythmic unit. Hetfield's own aggressive downpicking and his steadfast focus on powerful driving riffs owe a significant debt to Motorhead's relentless and immediate attack. This taught him that the combination of speed and unyielding attack could be a powerful statement in itself.